Hey there, what's up? What's up? This is your girl Misha Mish, and welcome back to another video on Marketing with Mish. And today I want to dive into what is emotional intelligence and why is it important. So let's start with what it is. Emotional intelligence effectively is when you are able to understand the emotions of yourself and in others. So you're able to recognize what they are and what to do with them. But the awareness of recognizing your emotions will also allow you the ability to monitor and respond with the correct behavior for yourself and be able to manage other relationships. So, where does the physical source of emotional intelligence actually come from? Well, let's take a look here at a broad version of the brain. So you have the brain, right? And then here's like the spinal cord. So that's like the spinal cord, right? SP for spinal cord. And so let me just give it some little squiggly lines so that it's like this is the brain, okay? So this is your brain. Now, in the middle, this is what you call your limbic system, okay? Your limbic system, which is where you're able to recognize what am I feeling? How is this happening? So your limbic system is what you feel, okay? And up in the front, right up here, just delete that. This is your rational system. Okay, so logically speaking, okay, you are thinking in the forefront of your brain. This is like the forefront. Okay, and in the core part right here, the core of your brain is where your brain recognizes the emotions. So this is like the physical pathway. Okay, so your thoughts or proteins, the proteins also known as thoughts, come through here. So they'll enter here, go through the limbic system, and up through to your rational system. So this will be like the physical pathway of emotional intelligence. Okay? Emotional intelligence. So there is, IQ and EQ. When you size up the whole person, every human being has both IQ and EQ, right? Every person has both IQ and EQ. Now, IQ is what you're born with. You so this number doesn't change. So, however you were born, whatever that IQ number is, it could be 40. If you have an IQ of right around 40, that number won't change no matter how hard you work at trying to change it. EQ, however, can definitely be changed. So you can have zero emotional intelligence, okay? Like myself, I did have a zero, but that can change when you're ready to change it. And so it could get to 100 easily as you master those 4 life skills. There's 4 skills in emotional intelligence. As you master them, this number can just go up and up and up and up. And I say life skills because emotional intelligence is Kind of like reading. You know, when you learn how to read, you can't undo that. When you actually learn, no matter which way, you know, your phonics teacher, your grade school teacher had taught you how to read, you just can't undo it, no matter what language it is. You know it innately, and you only get better the more that you read. Same thing with emotional intelligence. It's like, well, once you master these skills, it's something that you just get better and better at. Once you know it, you can't unknow it. But here's the thing. I know you're like, yeah, well, even if I do master it, why is it important? Maybe having a low IQ or even a high IQ, you're saying that would be enough. Why do you actually need to have emotional intelligence? Well, number one reason, studies have shown that it makes up 58% of your work life. Whatever it is that you do, emotional intelligence makes it up, depending upon if you are at 0 or if you're at 100. Why? Because emotional intelligence is going to be the key to your success. Why? Because studies have shown that for each point, so you take a test for emotional intelligence to see where you're at. And then if you're ready to level up and master those skills, you get more points. So for each point, you are inevitably going to make $1,300 more in your annual salary for each point. Each point, $1,300 more. Let's go back. So remember, I said people can be at 0. People can have 0 emotional intelligence. And there are people that have 0 emotional intelligence. I was one of them years ago. And so as it goes higher, okay, 10. So that would be 10 points. Each point, $1,300 more in your annual salary. This is the key to your success. So 10. So if we were to add another 0, inevitably, that would be 13,000. 13K just for upping your emotional intelligence score by 10 points. So I'm sure after learning this, you're like, oh, well, if all it takes is learning to master the skills, that costs you nothing. You need to know the skills, and then you need to implement it every day into your practice. With you being able to do this is going to be the key to your success, but not only financially. I mean, we're talking, you know, even your relationships. You should have better friendships. You should have better relationships with your significant other. You should be able to practice discipline in all of those 10 domains of life. You know, that's socially, mentally. This is going to be able to level up each area of life, level that game up in each area as you increase your emotional intelligence awareness and mastering those 4 skills. So that's all for now. And I hope that you were able to learn what is emotional intelligence and why is it important. Until next time, ciao.